What is up, everybody? It's Brown Guy 420 here. We got ourselves another daily grind episode. I'm feeling a lot better now, so I'm not so sick and so crazy congested and stuff. So today's a good day. I was able to work without struggling through it. So good times, good times. I figured I would start this video off by a little explanation, because if I just went right into what we did today first thing, I think you guys might get a little apprehensive with it. What we did is we gotta focus all our attention down on the field, and we may have jumped the gun a little bit on popping seeds, this and that, but we also thought that things were gonna go a lot smoother. When you're going recreational, you're kind of at the mercy of the county, everybody like that. So it's just a matter of jumping through the hoops. We're almost there, but we kind of got ahead of ourselves with all these plants when we can't bloom. So we've taken up other avenues so that we're not getting so far ahead of us that we start losing things. We're a little bit ahead of our game, but with all these plants that you see behind me, there's actually a lot of pheno hunting that needs to go on with these things. So the issue with that is that we don't have the time, nor are we allowed to bloom all of these all at once to do a pheno hunt. So what we've decided to do is slowly burn through all of these, but what we're going to do is going to put them all on pods. Now that sounds kind of weird, but yesterday we talked a little bit about it. The Bigfoot Clones guys, they do tissue culture. They are a Clean Green certified company. They're fully organic, and this is just a new way of taking clones. Whereas a nice 3-4 foot mother is going to produce 25-30 clones, their 3 foot to 4 foot mothers are going to produce 150 clones. The way in doing that would be, if you have a plant, this little girl right here would be like, you would chop her down to dang near nothing, and she'd give you 1 clone on here. Whereas with tissue culture, she's been topped already, so you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clones off of this one girl right here, which is barely anything. So what it's doing is it's allowing us to take more clones off of less plants. And then also what tissue culture does is allows you to put things on pause. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put things on pause and slowly do pheno hunting through that tent after the dark plasmas are done, because we can't bloom yet. So the problem is when you can't bloom, you can't pheno hunt. We have all these girls back here that need to be pheno hunted. So instead of losing them, we've got ideas on which ones are good ones and which ones will be bad ones. We've kind of been culling the bad looking ones. They're growing like crazy. They're already root bound, so we're having to transplant them all. That's what we're doing today. That's what we've been doing. But what we're going to do is we're just kind of keeping everything on pause while we get these guys to slowly keep taking tissue cultures off of all of these plants. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to take a majority of these and just kind of put them on hold. Put them in a tissue culture sample, and once it's in this vial, I'm going to get a refrigerator that's dedicated to these things, and it'll keep these things in there almost indefinitely. I will have these guys on the show. They're going to talk about, they're not going to give up the goose on their secret on how they do this, I don't think, because this is their business, you know, but they will explain the processes and what it is that they're doing, why it's so efficient, you know. They're very kind people. So it just so happens that my family, my guys, you know, TA, which will be our extractor, he's worked with them before, with other companies. And then my girl Cheryl with West Coast Baked Goodness had worked with them before and loves these guys. So they're kind of friends of the family already. So we're just bringing them in with us and including them in the family, because Solo hires people that want to work passionately in that one area of cannabis, and these guys are very passionate in the clone game. So they don't want to grow, they don't want to extract, they don't want to do anything, they want to make clones. So what better to do than to have these guys show this new technique of cloning that's very streamlined, very efficient. It takes these two guys, they're going to come over to the farm maybe once a week and get these things going, and they're going to get 150 clones off of a bush that we normally would get 25 on. So now we're drastically reducing the amount of mothers that we need. Whereas we were trying to make 225 clones that would be good and, you know, set up enough to be putting into our beds. With aeroponic cloners, you're going to have to pop 500 clones, because out of those 500, 480 of them are going to root, and then out of those 480 of them, you're only going to pick 225. They're actually around the same height, they got the vigor, they're doing everything, whereas one didn't really do so well. This one's leaning over and is going to just be a mess inside of your nice canopy. So you got to kind of make enough to make sure that you're going to be doing okay. Now, with those 225 clones that you're going to need, or 325 clones that you're going to need to make for these, you're going to have a lot of mothers. There's going to be 8 mothers for that one strain, and with doing tissue culture samples with these guys, Bigfoot clones, it allows us to have 3 mothers, and those 3 mothers are going to make plenty of clones, more than we need. And it's going to be quick, it's going to be easy. It may take a little time to get this started, but as long as we time everything right, it's going to be so streamlined that it's not even funny. We'll have racks that'll be full of clones, ready to rock and roll. We'll put them in our nursery pots that we're going to be showing you guys a little bit later, you know, in a few shows once we get with grassroots. But they go into those pots and veg for a month, and then literally go into our beds and bloom. So we're all about trying to streamline, keep the costs down. We don't need to necessarily have 2 full-time guys on cloning when you can have 2 guys that come in part-time, have their own building on the property, and get the job done that 2 guys, 3 guys would have to do on a typical commercial farm. A typical commercial farm would have a lot of those cloners back there, way more than the 2 that we have right now. We would eventually have 20 of those things going on at one time, different stages. You know, this is for these 2, this 2.5 weeks worth, this is that one, and this is that one, and then we'd have all these staggered ages of mothers, and we'd have all these staggered ages of clones ready to go in the greenhouses. So it'd be this big juggle. And then if we were ever to lose power, not if, when we lose power, this house is already set up for when you lose power. What do you do then when you lose all that stuff? There's a lot of power with the T5s, with the pumps, with all that stuff. I mean, that could dramatically toss you back some time that would lose you money in the long run, because now you don't have stuff, and now you have empty beds going for a while you play catch up because of the power outage. We don't have solar or anything like that right now, so we can't rely on that part. So to be able to take the Bigfoot clone guys and utilize these guys where everything's more streamlined, if we have a power outage, we literally just have clones grown. So there's nothing really lost there, because the next day they're still alive. We get some lights, some temporary lights, we plug things in with the generators, lights are going, and we're okay. Things are saved, we never skipped a beat. To me, that's streamlining the company. That's streamlining your success in your clone game, making sure that we have everything when we need it. People said, what happens when these guys decide that they don't want to work with us anymore? Well, they've been friends with my friends, so I don't see us not being friends, since everyone's been friends apparently for a while now. But I seriously doubt that these guys would want to leave. They're very passionate about what they do. They love what we're doing with the no-till, because they're clean green, they're organic, and they want to be with organic people that would promote them. And they're guys trying to make a name for themselves too. Two very, very smart guys, like I said. So with that being said, we're gonna not have plants on the farm here pretty soon, because these guys are going to be tissue culturing like crazy, stacking and storing all these strains for us, and then we're going to have them stored here in a fridge, which you guys will see eventually. And then they're going to bring us back with just a few mothers of the strains that we've already phenoed in the past, and they're going to bring us those couple mothers, and we're going to just tear this room down too, and we're going to throw up a couple 4x8 tents, and we're just going to have a few mothers that are ready to be tissue cloned for the day that we're going. We don't need to be backed up because we have all these plants, but we can't bloom. It's against the law to bloom right now. The only thing I can do is bloom underneath my medical license, which is only 6 plants, which doesn't allow you to really burn through the phenos, and we got dark plasmas doing that right now. So to put things on pause, the easy way to do it without losing all these seedlings and all that other stuff would be the tissue culture. So that's where we're headed, that's what we're doing. Once we're able to get through these last little hoops with the county, get our license, then we can start all these tissue cultures, redo a whole new pheno hunt, get our known good phenos, and get those started and really just start producing. So this is our way of kind of pausing things, not degressing anyway, but allowing us to pause this and not have our attention solely on the plants at the moment, because our heads need to be back down on that field, because we really need to wrap this all up with the security, get our vault in, which you guys are going to see today, and get everything wrapped up so we can get our full legit license to start blooming. If anything, we'll bloom in temporary greenhouses down on our field while we're building our greenhouses, which will be starting to be built in February. So with that being said, guys, check it out. We're tearing down some plants, and then soon the greenhouses come down also. So, alright guys, hope you enjoy this. Close your eyes, it's scary. Alright guys, this is what we're doing to our stock of plants. Composting, one by one. That's the job for today. Everything must go. Alright everybody, so there's the composting, the 187 on the compost. I guess I should be wearing that compost hat right now because it's all gone. So things are good, guys. Things are still good. We got our boys at Gorilla Clones. They got our back. So don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. We got it all under control. We have a lot of work to be doing anyways to wrap up this farm. We can't get too far into the plants if we can't grow on the farm. This, like I said, streamlines everything. So let's cut out. Let's go check out the Oregon Cargo Containers is their name. They're building our vault. So let's go ahead and cut out to that and show you guys that. Okay guys, I'm over here at Oregon Cargo Containers. And this is where we're getting our ConX box made. This is one of the beasts that they use to move those things with. And if we come over here, they're taking these shipping cargo containers and they're converting them into vaults. They're converting them into rooms. They recondition them. You can get them normal. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. This is pretty much what our vault is gonna look like. They're going to recondition it. They're going to make it a red color for us so it matches the Solo motif. But there's their information if you guys are interested in the area. And we'll go take a peek at that door here in a second. But this is the side doors. They have a lock box that they put over here so you can protect everything. They move all the levers up higher because if you guys have ever messed with these levers are usually a lot lower. So they make it easier for your convenience of getting into this all the time. As we come in here, they got studs in this one. They insulate the ceilings, and they can insulate the sides. They can frame out the sides. They can do whatever you're looking for. And here's that door. So then you don't have to open up those back doors all the time. So wood floor, really nice. I mean, this is a perfect vault for all the, look at that, even employees only. But this is a perfect vault for what OLCC is going to be looking for. So this one's going to run us, I think it was about 6,800 bucks. We're insulating the sides, we're insulating the tops, everything. We have those side doors, and we have a man door right here, so that we don't always have to open that out. But if we're doing like wholesale or something, we can open that up, back a truck up, and fill it up there. But if we have to check in or have the testing facility come in, then they can just come in through this door. They can take their samples and they can take it off to the testing facility. So these guys are hard workers. They're flipping and building these things like crazy. So there you go. They got bigger units there. They can take the side of the units, make it a solid metal wall. And you see there, even the handle is protected, so people can't bash it off with a bat. They have reefer units, and inside that one, it's all stainless steel, insulated, and it can be reefer controlled, as you see right there. So these guys are doing it big, guys, literally, really big. Check those out. But yeah, you can customize these any which way that you want to. They pretty much will do anything you want. Insulate them, put wood walls, you know, anything. So they even have ones with windows in them, and when they cut this out to put the window in, they use this so that it can slide this shut, and then a pin will slide in on the inside so that no one can actually get in. So it's like an armored window, and when you want light, you can just push this to the side, and there you go. So no, these guys got some time in this game doing this, so I would definitely look them up if you're looking for container companies doing your vaults, doing whatever you want to do. If you are not in the area, this is definitely something you should look up. There's going to be guys in your area if you guys go recreational or whatnot, and you can definitely look them up. So there you guys go. Oregon Cargo Containers. Okay guys, that's about it for today. I had to drive all the way to the next county to kind of wrap up that cargo container deal. I had to give them a down payment on the cargo container, aka the vault. Now the vault has to have these prerequisites that it has to meet, which is like a fireproof door. It's got to be some sort of like 300-pound door and all this other stuff. They're pretty. There's some pretty crazy prerequisites on these containers for them to be what we call a vault. It's going to store where our DVRs are. It's going to store where our being tested cannabis is going to be at. So it's a very secure thing. So it's really hard to get something that meets these prerequisites inside of a building or something, because most buildings are made out of wood, and then you got to put these industrial doors, build a brick building inside of your wood building, and it just becomes a hassle. So the Connex boxes are made to be on the ocean and even sink to the bottom of the ocean and not damage the goods inside. They're stackable. I think you can go like 10 high on these crazy things, and it's all good. They're sturdy. They can take a bomb blast pretty much. So they're good. They're good containers. So but yeah. So then we have that, and then probably build our stick-built building next to it. It's going to be a 50-foot wide by 30-foot deep building.
It's going to have 4 offices, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, big open area, and then stairs that goes up to the top, which is the top is a completely flat area that's completely open, and it's going to be sterile and everything, and that's where we're going to dry all of our cannabis at. It's going to be a 50 by 30 foot area with a 10-foot tall ceiling, and we're going to be hanging cattle panels and everything. The cattle panels will hang vertically, and all of our bud will hang on that because it's easy to put our RFID tags on a panel. That's one strain, done deal, there we go, and just keep trucking. So it seems like the most streamlined way for us to build this building, have a vault on the side, everything like that. We're in a secured field that's covered with cameras, so on and so forth. So like I said, February we are starting our construction on our greenhouses, so we're very happy that that's going down. Right now we're just juggling with the county, trying to get the last couple, you know, little stuff taken care of. So alright guys, that's about it. I think we're just wrapping up the plant thing here right before Christmas. Starting after Christmas into the New Year area, we will be pretty much plantless for a while. Besides what we grow in the tent, the dark plasma, that's underneath my medical thing, so we're going to be able to bloom those. And then on top of that, once those are gone, we'll do small HSO runs and stuff like that. Since that's the only way we can bloom, we're going to have to do small pheno hunts for now. But, like I said, Gorilla Clones, or Bigfoot Clones, has our back. They have all of our genetics stored in bottles, so the ones that have been pheno hunted are there. And we're going to get mothers back here soon, hopefully maybe by the new year, just after the new year. And then we'll have plants back on the property that have been rewound to their seedling stages, back from seed, you know. And it's just going to make us that much better with our products, because now that's, I mean, some of these clones have been around for years, so this is going to be nice to be able to kind of take them back. So alright guys, obviously I'm feeling better. I don't look like crud like I did. Last few days have been really hard being sick and trying to work and do all this stuff, paperwork and videos and everything, so sorry about that guys, but I'm starting to feel a lot better now. So so much better that I actually got out to go flying after the cargo place. So hope you guys enjoyed a little flight. I was doing some diving down a tower that just kept screaming at me every time I'd see it driving down the freeway, and this time I stopped and I dove the tower. So alright guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow, the day before Christmas. I'll probably be on the Dago Roundtable shows where you're going to see us. I don't know if I'll be on the whole show because I have friends and family that want me to do some stuff, so I'm being torn all over the place. But I will make an appearance on the Roundtable, and then I'll probably throw out a nice little Christmas episode, and Merry Christmas to all. So, alright guys, comment, like, subscribe, and this is Brown Guy 420, and I'm out of here. Peace!